Hey guys, yes, it is once again National Ceiling Fan Day, which means it is time for my obligatory update on the ceiling fans installed in my house and on the display. So, um, I guess I will start off over here in my parents' room. This is, of course, the 52-inch 1986 FASCO Charleston second generation model. And this is one that, as you all pretty much probably know by now, has been installed since I moved in. This was like one of the first ones I installed, and it has been constantly in here. Haven't changed anything about it. This is probably one of the few that will probably never get changed just because this fan it's so perfect in here. I love it. My parents love it. They use it all the time. It works great on all speeds. Perfect for this room, and it looks amazing. It's on low speed right now, as all the fans in the video are, or all the fans are on low for the video. There's the light kit. And I did recently, actually forgot, has been one change done to it. About like a month or two ago, my mom accidentally broke the light pull chain. She pulled it out, so I had to replace that. But other than that, it's basically stayed the same. And when she did that, I did clean it, and I basically did like a deep clean on it, cleaned all the brass and the blades, and scrubbed the globe. Yeah. So that's that one. Now, in my sister's room here, this is another fan that hasn't been changed at all. This is the Casablanca Delta 2 in Navajo white, or white Navajo. I think this one is white Navajo because it's an earlier one. If I recall correctly, I think this is a 1993 model. It's been a while since I've checked the video that I made on this one, but this one has also been unchanged, actually completely. It works really well. It looks great in here. My sister likes it. Everybody likes it. Light kit, and it's on low speed right now, of course. So I do need to clean this one. The blades are a little dusty, but yeah, this one's pretty much used again all the time. So that's the Navajo White Lady, or Delta 2. I keep wanting to call it a Lady Delta. I know I kept calling it a Lady Delta in my last year's video. Also, I do eventually think I want to try 5 blades on this one, because I do have the 5th blade still. But when I asked my sister how she wanted it installed, she wanted it with just 4 blades. But I kind of want to see what it looks like with 5 blades in here, so we'll see if that happens. Yeah, so that's that one. Now, moving over into my room, this is where one of the changes comes in. In here, I have installed my 38-inch FASCO 2nd Gen Charleston. This is a 1984 model. And I took down the old Jacksonville that I had in here because that one actually, I donated that one to the museum. It wasn't installed for this past group trip, but it should hopefully be installed by next group trip. But I had to take that one down, and so I was looking for a good replacement, and I pretty much chose this one because this is one of my favorite fans that I think I have in my collection. I just love that crinkle brown finish. I just love the proportions of it. I love how it looks, the speeds. This is actually on low speed on both the pull chain and the speed control. So yeah, I have the same speed control in there as I have for years now. Yeah, so show you light kit. A little bit less light in here than it was with the old Jacksonville's light kit, which was a 4-arm fitter. This is just a single fitter, but I'm used to it pretty much because, you know, I've normally had single fitters in my bedrooms for the most part. But yeah, so this one's a really nice one. Maybe permanent, I don't know, but we'll see. I do think it's borderline too small for my room, because I think the best size was a 42-inch fan. It is quite small for this room, but I do like it. I like how it looks. So that's the Charleston, the 38-inch Charleston. So now let's see, out here in the kitchen, we have another change. So this is the 42-inch antique brass Lady Delta. This one is from 1986, and this one I actually installed just a few months ago. And actually, no, this was installed the same time I pretty much installed the Charleston in my room, because I took down the Forever Fan Hugger in here because that one again was donated to the museum. So, but it wasn't up for this past group trip. So, like I said with the old Jacksonville, should be for next group trip. But this one I hung because my mom wanted an antique brass fan in here to match all the rest, which I'll get into in a minute. But I was a little bit hesitant because of the down rod, because this is the first time I've ever hung a down rod fan in here. All the other fans we've had in here have all been flush mount or huggers. Even when we moved in, that Hunter that was in here was flush mounted. So I was worried because of how tall my dad is. But he could actually walk under it really easily. I did put the low profile schoolhouse globe on it to kind of compensate. And I put a longer Casablanca pull chain extension on it. That's not the original one. It didn't come with a extension, I don't believe. But and the other thing was it had a missing blade arm because one of the blade arms was broken when I got it. I actually do have a set of blade arms that Rick Muller, fellow fan collector, has for me, but I don't have them yet. They're actually with another collector right now that he gave them to at the group trip, I think. So I actually found a 36-inch antique brass Lady Delta for sale a few days ago on Marketplace for free. Picked that one up, and I just transplanted that one blade arm onto this one. So that's just temporary till I get the other set of blade arms. It looks nice. The one blade arm's finish is slightly different, so you can still sort of see it if you look really closely, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I really like this install, though. I think it goes a lot better with the cabinets and everything with the antique brass finish. So now, moving on over here, which you probably just saw, I have the Casablanca 20th Century, and this one is a 1990 model, which I mentioned before. And this was another one of the reasons why I wanted it, or my mom wanted an antique brass fan in here to match this one, because this one is pretty much a permanent install. We all have decided this one is just so perfect in here. Not much has changed about this one other than the fact that I've moved the pull chain extension on the fan chain to down there, the Casablanca pendant, to just match that one. That's literally the only change I've made to it. I'll show you the light kit on. Same light bulbs, LED, dimmable bulbs. And yeah, this is a very, very nice install. I really like this one. Maybe one of my favorite installs in the whole house. Works really well. Looks great. Everybody loves this one. So, yeah, it's the 20th Century. And then in the addition, another fan that hasn't really been changed cosmetically, but I did do some mechanical work to it. This is of course, the 56-inch FASCO Great Room. This is another 1986 model. You can see we have a theme going with 1986 fans, I think. But no, this one is been in here for a few years now. I was worried about the flywheel breaking because it had a flywheel from my 5-blade Charleston that I transplanted onto it because this one's original flywheel had disintegrated, as you all probably remember from the video I made of this one. One of my friends, Rob Andrew, actually made a series of 3D printed FASCO flywheels that are for 5 and 6-blade adaptability. So I bought one, and I installed it on this one, and it actually works really well. It's like a solid piece of plastic, like thick. It's not like it doesn't have spokes like the FASCO ones, so it should be a lot sturdier than the original one. And so far, it's held up really well. When I first installed it, I forgot to put that little metal ring around it, but I have since taken it back apart and put that on it, so that's more structural integrity for it. And of course the light kit is the same. It's got that 100-watt incandescent glow bulb in it. We never use the light kit anyway, so don't really mind having an incandescent in there. We typically use LED and everything else to save energy. But yeah, so this one again, use it pretty much all the time. Great fan for in here. It's a perfect size, I think. So that is the FASCO Great Room. So now, I did forget to show you guys the light kit on this one, so let me just turn that on really quickly. There's an LED bulb in there, even though we never really use this light kit, so I can probably put an incandescent in there. So now, let's go downstairs. And before I show you the display, I'll just show you the fans that are installed out here. So over here, this is the Hunter baseball fan, which this was installed last year, hasn't changed at all. We don't really use this one that much. It's really just more for like decoration, novelty. But my dad likes it, so it stays up here. And there's a light kit. I assume if we ever put the bar down here that my dad wants to put down here, we'll use it a lot more, but for now it just kind of hangs there. Also probably because the switch to turn it off is all the way over here, and my dad doesn't feel like walking all the way from there to here. But yeah, so that's that one. And then over here, this is another change that I've made. I took down the Emerson crown. I just think that one, I liked it, but it just didn't really seem like this was the right place for it. I installed my 52-inch Alaska AC4152 Sheng-Yuan Electrical Company Limited ceiling fan. And this one was the one that I actually had installed upstairs in my sister's room for a little bit, but took it down, and I think it works. It looks really nice here. I like the antique brass, the cane, with the black ceiling. And of course, before here I had the Terra, but that one I had to take down because that one was donated to the museum. So yeah, running on low speed. And then over here in the laundry area, this fan has not changed at all and probably won't. This is the Northman 36-inch spinner from, I think, like 1997 or something like that. It's from the late 90s. I have the box for it still. This was a new old stock one. Installed over the washer and dryer. We use it all the time, pretty much. Fans in the laundry area are a must for us, because it just gets so stuffy when the dryer's running, especially. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's low speed. This one has a really fast low speed. No, that was that? Yeah, that was low. It was just a really fast low because it's a small fan and the blades aren't very steeply pitched. So that's that one. And then last but not least, before the display in the garage, I have another fan that hasn't, well, the install's changed a little bit, but the fan itself hasn't changed. This is the 36-inch Emerson K63 Blenderfan, heat fan Blenderfan, which is of course the one that I got from Ohio. This came from that barn in Ohio. And this one hasn't been changed. The install itself, I did install this speed control here, which I made a short video of a few months ago, which is really nice because now we can actually turn the fan off without having to go up in the ceiling and disconnect the wires. And you can actually change the speed now. So, yeah, I have it on. It was stalling out for some reason this morning when I went to turn it on low, when before it wasn't, so I don't know what the deal with that is. I might have to do some adjustments to the low speed trim, but we rarely use this one on low anyways because we're usually out here doing yard work and getting all sweaty and hot, so this typically stays on high. Now I would still like to do a dual install because I have the other one of these blender fans. I want to put one there and one here. And I have another idea to do another fan in the middle. So I wanted to get that done before National Ceiling Fan Day this year, but I don't have a drill that can drill through the ceiling to install boxes. The battery powered drill I have does not cut it. So that's going to be a pretty intense project, I think. So maybe by next year we'll have that done, but who knows. For now, I love this one Blenderfan install. As I think I mentioned last year, it reminds me of like an old hardware store, like an old Ace Hardware or something. Yeah, I really like this one. So that is the Blenderfan in the garage. Now, I can show you guys the display. So here's the fans in the display. There's a few changes, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. So first of all, let me first of all turn them all on low. Actually, I'll go through them all while I turn them all on low. So I got the Casablanca Panama 5 here. Pretty sure this is like a 1986 or so model, I want to say. I don't remember when this one's from. I'll put it in the description. I'll check the video. But this one's still here. The Carroway spinner, 36-inch Carroway spinner, still here. Let's turn that one on low. Hopefully I remember to plug these all in. This SMC U-42 that I took a video of yesterday that you guys probably saw, that one's up simply for testing. But we can include that one too. And this is new. I put my 42-inch CEC Newport up. I had the Terra up here last year, but as I mentioned when I was over there showing the Alaska, that one went to the museum, so I had to take that one down. And also because we got this new shelf, the blades were hitting the stuff on the shelf. So this smaller flush mount fan is a lot more... it's better for this space now that we have the shelf there. The unknown brand, possibly CEC spinner. This is unchanged again. And then the Evergo Ornate GE-vent, the remote controlled one. Again, this was unchanged. And this is one of the first I put in this house too. So, low. And then two spinners back here, the NuTone Slimline and the Union Super 36. These, they're not... The installs themselves are unchanged, but I had to disconnect this NuTone speed control that I had them on because I accidentally burned the speed control up. I didn't realize that you couldn't have it connected to two fans at the same time or something, which is weird because I had it connected to two fans at the same time for like years, and then all of a sudden it just decided to burn up, so... Who knows? Anyways, these fans are hardwired now, so turn them on low. And NuTone's got a really slow low. And that one's got a really fast low. So there's everything on low speed. And this one's got a really slow low. Okay, I'm gonna turn them up to like a medium speed. This one's probably gonna be around like in that range. This one's almost like a medium already. I hope that doesn't knock down that smoke detector box. Oh, it's a remote. And this one's noisy. And this one's also noisy. That bulb keeps falling on the Evergo. There. Alright, now really quickly we're gonna turn them all up to high, and that bulb in the Evergo fell again. I need to fix that socket. This one really flies on high. Oh my god. Stop doing that. I'm about ready to just take this bulb out, honestly. It keeps doing that. Okay. Everything's on high. So now, I'm going to keep that bulb from hitting against the glass for the 26,000th time. And now, let's turn everything off. This is going to be a very unfair spin down, but okay. Let's see. I feel like the NuTone's gonna be first. Yep, that one seems like the bearings are going bad. So I might have to oil that one. And the Carroway is also stopped also. I didn't even see that one stop. Like I said, very unfair spin down. Next might be either the SMC or the unknown spinner. Probably the SMC. Nope, the spinner stopped first. And the SMC, I think the CEC is going to be next. Yep. And the Evergo, maybe. Or the Panama. Oh, Evergo stopped. Panama's next. And last but not least, the Union Super 36 is the winner of that very, very stacked spin down. Although this one was one of the first ones I turned off, so it might have won anyways. Alright, so yeah, that's the display. So it's all these fans, and I'll go through everything once more. Baseball fan, Alaska, the Northman, the Blenderfan, which is stalled out again for some reason. That might also be a bearing issue with that one. The Charleston, the Navajo White Delta 2, small Charleston, Lady Delta 20th Century, and the Great Room. So, I think that just about concludes this year's National Ceiling Fan Day special video. So, hope you guys open your windows, turn on your ceiling fans, and have a very, very happy National Ceiling Fan Day. So, thank you guys for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video.